Yeah, yo, sometimes you gotta go to war for what you believe in. Sometimes you gotta go to war for what it is that you want, what you see that's right. I'm about to go to war, but lyrically. War cry, baby. Yeah. Hey yo, war cry echoes in the background. That's the sound of soldiers getting ripped up and tore down. Lyrically dismantle metaphors and manhandle. Marauder what we...
Welcome to another edition of Impose My Will podcast. I'm your host, your brother Ramone. With me, my other host, my brother Joe. Joe, how we feeling on this one, man?
Feeling good. Be knocking them out.
Knocking them out, man. Absolutely. Yeah, so in the world of boxing, there's a lot going on, as we know. A lot of things being shook up, you know what I'm saying? So one of the later things, or newer things, of course, is the Canelo Bud Crawford, Terrence Bud Crawford. I'm almost inclined to say fiasco a little bit
Oh yeah.
at this point.
Mhm.
Over the weekend, not even a weekend, what's today? Saturday. So yesterday, Friday, we heard, I think it was yesterday or Thursday
That's the
or
past
whatever.
couple
Like,
days. It was Thursday and Friday.
yeah, right. Past couple days, we get notice, breaking news that Canelo signed to fight Jake Paul in one of the circus fights. I'm going to call it what it is. It's a circus fight, right?
Then they confirmed the fight first, then they said it was canceled. Then it was Jake Paul. Yeah.
Then it was Jake Paul. This on again, off again thing with Bud, but not, but they're saying that it was a done deal. Eddie Hearn himself said, for the most part, in so many words, that the deal was done. Then Canelo reneged. Things changed. New information came out, but Jake Paul went online like he does and showed, some receipts that it was done. And now he's on a tirade against Canelo, of course, for pulling out. He's pissed off as, as anybody would, because that bag was probably extraordinary. But the thing about Canelo, from what I gather, is that, well, from out his mouth, he wants to make the best deals. He didn't necessarily say the best fights. He said the best
Right.
deal.
Deal.
And so another deal was seemingly offered to him, and it was a better deal. That deal was signing a 4-fight deal with Riyadh season, with Turkey Al Sheikh's Riyadh season, where he's going to fight this year, 2 fights next year, and I guess maybe another fight after that at some point. But it is a 4-fight deal. Not only that, Turkey Al Sheikh himself dropped a video about it. We've seen some ramblings from Bud. We've seen some ramblings from Canelo. Sounds like it's a done deal. Joe, what's your thoughts on this on again, off again kind of fiasco with Canelo and Bud, and not Bud, as we just found out, moments ago, that the most recent upcoming fight that is going to happen in May, not September. So May, 9 times out of 10, Cinco de Mayo, which is, that's his weekend to fight. That opponent is not Bud. What's your thoughts on all this, man?
Man, as you already know, it had me kind of worked up when the news first came. But now the way I'm looking at it, I feel like it's part of creating the excitement. They almost kind of took a page out of Gervonta Davis when he was like, "Oh, the fight's canceled." Yeah, I mean, but at the same time, too, you've been hearing Canelo say for the longest that I want the best deals. Yeah, I mean, I've been doing this for a long time. I'm the big fish out here. I want the best deals. So that's what I'm kind of wondering what happened. He maybe didn't get what he wanted. Jake Paul kind of went that way. And then he probably got that call because you did see after they mentioned that fight was on, Turkey was like, "Yo, that's not boxing. Don't call it boxing. Whatever you do." And then he probably came back, was like, "All right, we're gonna give you what you want. Give us a 4-fight deal, and let's go." Now the fact that you're not getting Bud to September was ideal because the first thing I told you, it was like one of the things that had me questioning it if it was going to be real. I don't see them jumping in to fight each other right away in May for Cinco de Mayo. I see them both taking a tune-up fight or a fight prior to that to get them ready for that, especially with Bud. He needs to work into that 154 class to take that fight on. And then on top of that, Canelo needs to be sharp to take on somebody as slick as Crawford, and which we see now with the news he's potentially fighting Skull for Cinco de Mayo weekend, which is good for Scar because technically that was his mandatory fight prior. So yeah, so everything is falling into place as it should be, and even Canelo has the potential to end up getting Bivol, which he wants that rematch within this 4-fight deal, and then going into next year, 2026, they said that's to be confirmed.
Right. I agree. I think the way you put it makes total sense, but the way they beat around the bush so much with it, it's like I'll have to ask myself why. Like, why would you do all that? It makes sense that it's going this route. That he signs a multi-fight deal. He gets a tune-up before he fight Bud for all the obvious reasons. Bud gets a tune-up before he fight Canelo for all the obvious reasons. They meet at a later date, so on and so forth. Not we wait till September for Bud to jump from 154 to possibly 168 or wherever they're gonna fight. And fight the king there without having no kind of tune-up, no kind of nothing. And then same thing with Canelo. Canelo missed his most popular date, Cinco de Mayo, and fight in September, which probably for him is not really a big deal. He's going to do the numbers whether it's May or September. But the way you put it makes complete sense. I just don't understand why they kind of went about it in this manner with the on again, off again, kind of things. And then you had made the statement for Bud that he's hitting the weights, he's bulking up, and he has to get used to 154. But no, he got to get used to 168 or 160
Oh yeah,
something.
168, yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
168
Like
going up. Mm-hmm.
damn 154. Like even if he took another fight and is at 154, in my opinion, I don't see the need. I don't really see the reasoning behind it because you're at the current weight class. You're gonna be moving up in weight. It makes sense to find somebody up there to fight. But on the flip side, I could see why he would fight somebody at 154, not 160, 168 or something like that. Because no matter really who it is up there, it could be a potential problem, it could be a potential injury. You know what I'm saying? And it could mess up what's to come. So I'm interested in seeing on the Bud side what's going to happen for him. I'm sure he's going to get a tune-up in between that time as well.
Now they are fighting at 168, or is they fighting at a catch weight?
I don't know. It has never been confirmed.
Hasn't been
It
confirmed
has
yet.
never been confirmed. As of right now, the speculation is that Bud got to go up to 168 or somewhere around, probably a catch weight somewhere, but
160.
it'll be more than 154 for sure. More than 154 because they have to meet the demands of Canelo. His demands is going to outweigh Bud's demands. He's the A side,
Yeah, because
obviously.
Bud walking weight got to be, at least around 170.
Yeah, probably. But
Gotta
then
be, probably, yeah.
Canelo might
180.
walk around close to the two. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, yeah.
So I could see a catch weight for sure. That would make sense to me. But it's really whatever Canelo negotiates.
Decides, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
because I
whatever.
did see they was talking about a rehydration clause, previously when they was talking about it before. But I was
Yeah.
like,
They were
where
saying
we
no.
going with
They were
this?
saying no rehydration clause.
Yeah,
That
but
was crazy. I was like, oh
mhm.
man. Like I dig it, but it fight night. Canelo might walk in at you know what I'm saying 190 or something like. I mean, it's just crazy, man. So I know the negotiations, and as you can see, these negotiations have taken a little bit longer for Turkey Al-Sheikh, who has been in the past able to make these fights happen with the quickness. This one seems to be a little bit more intricate, not so cut and dry with everything, because we know Canelo is going to want certain things, but also Bud is going to want certain things. Bud is also, I want to say, he's not willing to bend and budge on certain things, as we've seen with his negotiations with Arrow. That fight was off the table a few times because they couldn't come to certain terms. And from my understanding, it was Bud who pulled back. Like, forget it. I don't want the fight, right? If we can't come to these terms. So I'm sure it was a bunch of that going on between those two.
And you know what? And I don't mind it because both what Bud is trying to do and what, you know what I'm saying, Prince Turkey Al Sheik is trying to do, they're trying to make boxing great. Like the best conditioning, as you've seen with a lot of fighters that signing these deals. Because, like I said, he got fights already booked all the way out to September, towards the end of the year, in projection fights, and he's making these fighters join VADA, which we already have seen. Ryan Garcia already is joined VADA or whatever. So this is what boxing needs to make sure each fighter is at the best of their game or whatever. Nobody is slacking and slipping in the meanwhile or whatever, or waiting till the last minute and then next thing you know you miss weight or you miss drug testing because you done took something that has something that you didn't know in there. It's keeping everybody on point and sharp. And you know what I'm saying, hats off to him because it gives the fans something to appreciate.
I agree. I like the approach. I like him coming in trying to make the biggest fights, but also make sure fighters are clean, making sure that the playing field is even. It's a lot more to come down the pipeline. After the big card, the B-Vol, Better Beef 2 card, there's going to be a lot of talk on, what's next for or whatever, winner or loser. Not just on that one. You got Shakur on that card. You got a lot of pieces at play. You got Dubois on that card. So you got a lot of pieces at play. There's going to be, and matter of fact, put out a list like twice of almost done potential fights and stuff. So they are definitely booking into the future
Oh yeah.
when it comes to these fights. You know what I'm saying?
And don't forget that Ryan Garcia card. That's that middleweight tournament damn near that
Yeah,
he got set up going. But like, which is dope. I think that's gonna be, and they are gonna be fighting on the same card as a portion of
yeah.
that.
It's gonna be crazy. He fighting
Yeah.
against Rolly. That's gonna be an interesting. That's gonna
Mm-hmm.
be an interesting fight, man. Interesting fight. So it's a lot of things at play, man. A lot of things at play.
Right.
But again, I'm just interested in what's next for Bud. What's next immediately for him? Is he trying to fight in May, or September, or is he going to sit out? I won't say I highly doubt it because it's possible, but I hope he doesn't. I hope he does get back active because the
I think
inactive
you're gonna
back
see him
bounce is a
fighting.
long thing. Yeah, I think so.
But Bud like to
I
stay active, so I think you're definitely
yeah,
gonna see a fight. Question is who he's gonna fight because there's so many
yeah.
opportunities of fighters he could fight in that range. And
It's
then
a
at the
ton.
same time too, like yo, I gotta prep for Canelo, so I need somebody that's gonna be Canelo-ish or whatever to prepare me for that fight.
Yeah,
100%.
that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And where? I want to know what weight class he's going to be fighting, and that's very important to me.
Mm-hmm.
And for his preparation, I'm not his coach or nothing like that, but it's very telling. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping that if this Canelo thing is serious and he's part of this 4-fight deal, I'm hoping that he fights somewhere around 160. Try to get his body acclimated to those kind of shots. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like there has to be a point where you're like, okay, everything I do has to be in preparation for the big show. You know what I'm saying? Also, and I don't think so, but I hope not. I hope he is not the last fight on this 4-fight deal. That would be disappointing. I mean, we could just throw this. It sounds like we could throw this year out the window right now. Like, I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't
I
know.
don't think so because Canelo only really fights twice a year. Cinco de
That's it.
Mayo in September, which is Mexicans the Independence Day. Mexico's Independence
Either
Day.
either or. They're kind of close to
Hmm.
each other, but either or.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think you're going to get that, but I think Canelo's going to get the bag. So I'm definitely hoping. And they did confirm with
Yeah.
Canelo. He had the tweet after Turkey made that the message confirming like, hey, the 4-fight
Mhm.
deal.
Yeah.
Canelo did, what I'm saying, message back on Instagram, commenting to that, saying, yeah, let's go, brother, which was the last words of Alex Sheik. And then
Right.
actually Bud did respond. It's like, yeah, I'll see you in September. So
Yeah.
that was the kind of confirmation right there.
Yeah.
Hopefully nothing
That's
changes
great,
from that.
man. What a bro, talking about May, June, July, October. August, September. That's 4 months.
It's normally
That's tight.
ideally about 4 months. It is. It's tight.
No, I'm just saying for like the likes of Bud. Hey, you do what you do, you feel how you feel. But you would think that I don't know. I would think if it was me,
Hopefully, Bud fights soon though. You know what I
yeah, yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
set me
yeah,
up in April, get a
yeah.
fight in,
Get a
which,
fight, get it
would be
done.
kind of ideal, what I'm saying? Get it
Right.
done so I
Yeah,
could actually really prep and continue doing what I'm doing because you figure he's probably going to be in camp all the way out from here till, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So,
yeah. Especially if they're
mhm.
locking in for September, camp about to stop.
Right, say we saw
Camp
him at
about to
the Clarissa Shields fight and everything, so
Yeah,
he's probably about to
yeah,
lock in and get going.
yeah.
And not to knock Jake Paul or whatever, but just bringing it back to
Right.
him a little bit.
Yeah,
Another reason why I could see him being pissed off because he just made an announcement that they're about to do a reality show, which that probably hurts him with the reality show. I think it's supposed to be called like American Paul or something like that. But
yeah.
that's probably hurts his marketing, which him and his brother Logan is very big and excellent as hell when it comes to marketing. So
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. Thought didn't they make an announcement that they was gonna fight each other too? It's just all kinds of circus
yeah,
stuff going on, man.
it,
It's
it
just
was just tied in that they might as well go back to focus on
yeah,
that. You
yeah.
know what I
Go
mean?
back and focus on that. You fight each
That's
other.
that's
Don't
exhibition.
nobody
You know what I
care.
mean? Until he
Yeah,
decides to fight a legit boxer in like boxing condition situations, that's when he'll like truly catch my attention. Like, cause he got talent, but I want to really
yeah.
know
He's better.
like his
He's
true
got
test.
better.
Yeah, I mean nothing to dog
Yeah,
him, but
he's got better. Yeah, and I think Canelo, in his mind, Canelo probably would have did that for him. Win, lose, or draw, it would have legitimized him. I don't think that's a fight he could win, but what that fight would bring financially would have been nuts. Would have been crazy.
uh,
That's all I
yeah,
got.
bro.
All right, man. Thanks for tuning in again. Pose My Will podcast on all of your social media sites. We do have merch. Joe, tell them where to find the merch, please.
Go to Rock Jones, ROCKJONES .bigcartel.com. We got hoodies. We got the logo hoodie and the logo tee. Go cop y'all one. We appreciate it. It's gonna help keep
Thank you.
us going and building
That's
our
right.
brand, man, and hopefully be able to give y'all more. It's a lot going on in boxing. If you're in the Western New York area, check out some of these boxing clubs, what I'm saying, all over New York, y'all. Support the kids from the amateurs to the professionals. So we here, y'all.
Man.